Welcome to Up Next 227, your front row seat to the future of motorhomes in the USA. Minibus sparkles from jaw-dropping luxury RVs to never-seen-before upcoming models, we reveal it all. Don't miss out, hit subscribe and let's roll into the future together. You know, every once in a while, something comes along in the RV world that just makes you stop and say, wow, this changes the game. And folks, the 2026 Cadillac Motorhome is exactly that kind of moment. This is Cadillac stepping into the luxury RV world like never before, and trust me, they're not just dipping their toes in. They've gone all in to redefine what a motorhome can be, and today, I'm going to take you through this beast of a coach, from the design on the outside to the tech on the inside, the new hybrid powertrain, those off-road surprises, the price point everyone's curious about, and of course, how it stacks up against Cadillac's past attempts and even the competition. So grab a seat, maybe a cup of coffee, because this ride is worth settling in for. First impressions matter, right? And Cadillac knows that. The very first look at this motorhome makes you feel like you're looking at a concept vehicle that somehow made it to production. The exterior design is bold but sleek, just dripping with Cadillac DNA. You get those signature vertical lighting elements that make their cars instantly recognizable, only now they're scaled up to a full-size coach. The grille is sculpted, not just slapped on, and the side profile has this flowing, almost futuristic elegance to it. It doesn't look boxy like a lot of rigs out there. Instead, it looks like something that belongs both on a luxury resort driveway and parked out in the wilderness. That's a hard balance to nail, but Cadillac did it. And speaking of balance, let's talk about what's under the hood, or in this case, under the floor. The 2026 Cadillac Motorhome is running on a hybrid powertrain. Now, before you worry about confusing specs, let me just say this. What it means for you as the driver is smooth, powerful acceleration when you need it, the quiet efficiency of electric drive at lower speeds, and the reassurance of a gas engine backing you up for those long stretches of highway. You can creep out of a campsite early in the morning without waking the neighbors, or you can merge onto the interstate with confidence. And Cadillac has tuned this hybrid system for RV duty, meaning better torque for hauling the weight, and a longer cruising range than we've seen before in a luxury motorhome. It's not just efficient, it's practical, and it makes you feel in control of your adventure. Now here's the part that surprised me. They didn't stop at luxury highway cruising. Cadillac actually engineered this thing with off-road capability. Yeah, I know, when you hear Cadillac, you think luxury sedans and SUVs, not rugged trails. But this motorhome has an adaptive suspension system that raises the ride height when you hit uneven ground, all-wheel drive that's tuned for different terrains, and skid protection underneath so you're not terrified of scraping the belly every time you hit a dirt road. You're not taking this up rock-crawling trails like a Jeep, but you are taking it confidently to those campsites that are a few miles down gravel, sand, or even snow-packed paths. For folks who want their luxury and their wilderness too, that's a dream combination. But let's step inside, because if you're watching this, you probably want to know what life feels like in the Cadillac Motorhome. And I'll be honest, this interior might be the closest thing to a luxury penthouse on wheels I've ever seen. The second you open the door, you're greeted with materials that feel rich but not gaudy. Cadillac has gone with real wood veneers, brushed metal accents, and supple leather that just feels like butter when you sit down. The seats, driver, passenger, and the lounge, are sculpted, ventilated, heated, and massaging. Yep, massaging seats in your motorhome. Long drives just got a whole lot more comfortable, and the layout, Cadillac nailed it. There's a full living area with a wraparound sofa that can convert into extra sleeping space, a gourmet kitchen with an induction cooktop, full-size refrigerator, and even a wine cooler built in. The bathroom is surprisingly spacious, with a rainfall shower that makes you forget you're in an RV at all. And the bedroom, this is a stunner. You've got a king-sized bed with adjustable firmness settings, panoramic windows on both sides, and hidden storage that pops up at the push of a button. It feels less like a cramped RV bedroom and more like a high-end hotel suite that just happens to roll down the road with you. Technology-wise, Cadillac didn't hold back. There's a massive infotainment system up front, with augmented reality navigation that overlays directions right on the windshield. The motorhome doubles as a smart home on wheels, voice-controlled lighting, climate, and entertainment. You can literally say, set mood lighting for movie night, and the interior shifts to a cozy glow while the 70-inch retractable OLED screen drops from the ceiling. And get this, they've integrated solar panels on the roof that charge a dedicated battery bank, so you can boondock for days without worrying about hookups. That's freedom and luxury rolled into one. Now, we can't ignore the elephant in the room, the price. Cadillac is aiming at the very top end of the motorhome market here, and they've priced it accordingly. Early numbers suggest it's going to start just under $500,000, with fully loaded models climbing well north of $600,000. That's a big chunk of change, no question. But Cadillac is banking on buyers who don't just want an RV, they want a statement, a status symbol, and a rolling piece of luxury engineering. Compared to other high-end rigs from brands like Newmar or Prevost, the Cadillac motorhome holds its own, and honestly, with the hybrid powertrain and tech features, it might even be ahead of the pack. How does it compare to past Cadillac experiments? Well, if you've followed RV history, you'll know Cadillac dabbled in specialty vehicles decades ago, but nothing on this scale. This isn't just a luxury SUV stretched into camper form. This is a purpose-built motorhome with Cadillac's design language through and through. In other words, this is their boldest step yet into the RV world, and it shows. It feels modern, futuristic, but also very Cadillac. The big question people are asking is this just a flashy showpiece, or is it actually something buyers can see themselves living in for weeks at a time? And from everything I've seen, it's the real deal. Cadillac thought about comfort, storage, usability, and the driving experience. They didn't just slap their badge on someone else's chassis, they engineered this with the idea of redefining luxury RV travel. And I think they've succeeded. So imagine this. You're behind the wheel, cruising silently on electric drive through a national park, the windows framing mountains and forests like a rolling movie screen. At night, you park, set up camp without plugging in, pour a glass of wine from your onboard cooler, and sink into a massaging seat while streaming a movie on that huge OLED screen. The next morning, you take the rig down a gravel path to a lakeside spot most people can't reach, and you step out onto a patio that extends right from the side of the coach. That's not a dream anymore. That's the 2026 Cadillac motorhome experience. And honestly, I think that's why this motorhome matters. It's not just about selling an expensive RV, it's about shifting what we imagine when we hear the word motorhome. For decades, RVs were either rugged and practical or cushy and over the top, but rarely both. Cadillac has shown us you can have all the luxury in the world and still chase the adventure, still get off the beaten path. Will it be for everyone? Of course not. But for those who can afford it, this is the kind of motorhome that turns heads at the campground, makes road trips effortless, and makes every mile feel special. And for the rest of us, even if it's just out of reach, it's exciting to see what's possible, because innovations like this always trickle down. Features we're seeing here, like the hybrid drive or the smart home integration, could very well be standard in more affordable RVs in just a few years. So, first impressions. The 2026 Cadillac motorhome is bold, it's beautiful, and it's setting a new benchmark for what luxury on wheels looks like. It's the kind of rig that makes you dream about hitting the road and never looking back. And whether you're seriously considering buying one or just love checking out the latest in RV design, this is a motorhome you'll be hearing a lot about in the years to come. Thanks for watching Up Next 227, where the future of motorhomes hits the road first. Minibus Sparkles, if you enjoyed this reveal, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss the next big motorhome drop. Until next time, keep dreaming big and keep rolling forward.